Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Divine exclusive video. So today I'm going to talk about how people project their own feelings onto others. So a person's projection when it comes to character is how they feel about themselves. If they feel positive about themselves, they'll project positive thoughts, positive opinions. If they feel negative about themselves, they'll project negative opinions and they'll try to put you down. So feel free to comment, please like, share, just get this out here so we can continue to spread mental health awareness. And I know a lot of these projections that people have, are things that they are afraid to deal with in themselves, a lot of the negative projections. Now, there are rare occasions, people have bad days. They're going to blow up. A person has a bad day. They're going to explode sometimes, blow up, get it out of the system. Fine. Bad day, car problems, relationship problems, hey, whatever. But see, one thing to pay attention to is consistency. A person will show you who they are based on their patterns. If their patterns are consistent or if their patterns are not consistent. Just like an athlete. If an athlete that is great, that they'll have a bad game occasionally, but they're consistently going to do what they do, So when someone has a negative projection and it's consistent or inconsistent, now if someone is inconsistent, pay attention. They have a false image. But if someone, even if they're consistent with their negative image, then that is definitely who they are. Now, sometimes inconsistency can fool you, but when someone projects their own feelings in a negative way, then that is who they are. They have nothing to give. A person can only give what they have inside themselves. So don't worry about retaliation because that person is going through it already. That person is suffering inside. Just pray for them. Pray that they need help. Pray that they get help and they feel better about themselves, because if a person has to do so much negative projection, then they're really a mess inside. So you saying something isn't going to see, they already feel low about themselves. See, this is what you have to understand. When someone feels low about themselves, you saying an insult, that's not going to make it any worse for them. So they thrive off that because they're like, I'm already in a pit and now I got you out of character so I could throw you in this pit. It's kind of like someone hanging from something, and when someone's like reaching their hand out to try to pull them up, and instead of that person extending having the hand to pull them up, they pull the other person down. So when you throw an insult or retaliate, this person is pretty much pulling you down into the pit with them. So that's why you don't retaliate, you don't say anything, you don't cuss them out or anything like that, because they're already low. So you doing that, you're not accomplishing anything because they're already in a low place anyway. So that's why you don't argue. That's why you don't retaliate, because it's just a projection. So people project how they feel onto others. So make sure when it's a negative projection, don't retaliate, don't respond, just pray for them, because, it's not worth it. You need clarity. When you have clarity of a situation, clarity of if this person's in a low place or not, then that helps you respond to these projections. So that's the topic of the day. Like I said, get this video out there. Y'all have a blessed day. See you.